It's fair to say that summer is a time where we sort of, loosen up a little bit, shall we say. We're thrilled, aren't we, by all those wonderful events that take place during our summer season. Doesn't matter where you are in the world, summer makes you feel a little bit better about life, doesn't it? You can sit outside for a little bit, not thinking you need to be wrapped up like Scott from the Antarctic, that type of stuff. And it basically just cheers you up. And then, of course, you find out situations like this, because over here right now, and many countries around the world are currently competing, of course, in the Euros, the big football event, and it's doing great business for us here in the United Kingdom, particularly, of course, for those that are screening the big matches on those mega screens inside all of those wonderful public houses that we still have a few remaining. But over here, as I've told you many times before, there's simply one rule for one person and one for another. And it would appear that this particular man literally loathes our British history. We're talking about you know who. As ever, let me explain. Morning, lovely to see you today. Thank you so much as ever for your time. When you think about the red telephone boxes, the red London bus, you also think, don't you, about the black cab, the London black cab. It symbolises London, doesn't it, And wherever you are in the world, it's a bit like the yellow cabs in New York, and I'm sure you have yours in your part of the world. Everybody knows them, particularly if you've been there as a tourist. And it's interesting, isn't it, as I say, because the black cabbies know every single street, side street. If you ask them, they know the fastest way. It doesn't always translate naturally into the fare. That's all down to, again, thanks to the Mayor of London, Sadiq Khan, who's put a 20-mile-an-hour restriction. So it doesn't really matter whether you're on the bus now or in the cab, you're going the same pace. Ludicrous, isn't it, when you think? But this is a man allegedly in charge of our transport. So now he's decided to ban the black cab drivers and TfL, that is Transport for London, for actually being patriotic and having this. That's right, the British flag. Apparently, if you have them, say, on the side of your car or, your black cab, or indeed you're waving them round in the tube, it can be distracting. How about this for distracting, though? Yes, all covered from head to toe in, of course, the pride colours. Now, I was speaking to a few black cab drivers and they said, look, they have no problem with that, but actually they get quite a bit of abuse because of it. And they're encouraged to undertake this advertising to be seen as inclusivity and diverse, all that sort of stuff. Again, when you go into the tube station, you could say, well, isn't this distracting? Isn't this really non-inclusive? And this has been there for literally days and days and months now. Over 3 years, to my knowledge. Who's paying for this? And also, when you go down to the tube, you remember you couldn't be beach body ready, but apparently you can have Magic Mike topless. Yes, one would suspect Sadiq Khan has other charms elsewhere, maybe. But what's interesting is this. He's basically saying that, you are banned from being patriotic. If you're a black cab driver, you're not allowed to show that. You're not allowed to have it in your cab or indeed embezzled at the side of your car, your van, even if you want to pay for it yourself. Now, I don't know about you, but, Sadiq Khan couldn't ban an ant. He's the size of a stamp, and the bottom line is I've met him and his people around him, some might suggest, could border on the line of bullies. You're not allowed to ask him anything unless it's agreed in advance so that he can prepare his answer back. That's how insecure he is. What I would suggest to all the black cab drivers out here in London is show the fact that you're proud to be English. Show the fact that, you don't care what people say, because the bottom line is, why should you be dictated to by somebody who clearly loathes the British culture and the British history? You have to fight back, because if you don't, more is coming. If you're a black cab driver, let's get behind this campaign. After all, we've taken on bigger fights than this. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.